Blackout back again. And Vince McMahon has some comments on a certain Hulk Hogan in Netflix when he came out. Y'all remember that? And yeah. So let's talk about
Got
these
booed.
comments he had. Yeah.
446. Go.
Blackout. All right. So yeah, got me here, of course. Blackout QG, always here.
Blackout
Reload the
QG.
channel, and we got Blackout Bap over there.
You see the rings.
We see the rings. Kiss them. All right. So yeah. So we're gonna watch this video real quick, and we're gonna react to this video. And we're gonna see what Vince McMahon said about Hulk Hogan. Let's see. Let's see this. And I don't know, was this before he passed or after?
I'm not sure either.
This was after.
But I know it was a
This
part
was
of.
about Hulk Hogan's. So this was after. Yeah, this was after.
Yeah, it was a TMZ documentary.
Yeah,
It was a TMZ documentary.
definitely. And I saw a video of TMZ, and when they found out Hulk Hogan was dead, you should have saw that room, bro. He came in, bro. He came in and he was like, Hulk's dead. And then the whole room said, what? They all turned into like fucking. You wouldn't think some of these people are human beings, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't think some of these people care about human life.
Qui-Gon, the man been dead, what, 3 weeks? I'm still in shock. Honestly, I'm still in shock that man is dead.
So let's see what Vince said about this. All right. So, in the video. So, let's listen.
McMahon goes off on Triple H about Hulk Hogan. Now, Vince McMahon clearly wasn't happy with the way Triple H and WWE booked the late Hulk Hogan's final appearance on the Raw Netflix debut this past January. In fact, it made Vince very angry as revealed during the TMZ Hulk Hogan documentary. Roll the clip.
I was angry. Setting up, so to speak, this larger-than-life superhero. And you don't just let him walk out there. He deserves something very, very special. And they owe him. It was like, okay, and here comes Hulk Hogan. I got angry because that's not the way that I would have done it, and he deserved much more.
Do you guys agree with Vince McMahon regarding...
So, you see the video that we just heard. And he's very upset at what Triple H did and how they treated him coming back to the Netflix special. And that now seeing in hindsight, right, that being his last time being seen on WWE product. With him going out there, ripping the shirt, getting booed. It was terrible. We watched it live. You can actually go see my reaction live on the Only QG. That shit was awful. That was probably one of the worst. That was his worst moment in WWE, like when it comes to coming to the crowd and getting a crowd reception.
Yeah, it was cringe. It was like man, he's trying to talk. He's advertising, which helps Netflix, being the Real American Bear, and they're just booing him. Like I felt bad for Hulk and for Jimmy Hart. I felt bad.
Yeah. So here's my take on this. I'm gonna go to you, John. What do you think they could have did more with Hulk Hogan's coming out and going on Netflix and going to do you think Triple H could have did more with the last time they showed it?
I mean, let's be fair. They didn't know this was gonna be his last time. You know what I mean? Like it just happened to be his last time. They didn't know that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, Hulk, go out there. You're gonna be dead in a couple of weeks. So give it your all. Like they didn't know.
That's your Triple H voice.
Well, yeah, it was pretty bad. But I'm just saying, like,
pretty good.
The fact that I'm gonna say this from a professional standpoint, from a entertainment standpoint, with all the history that Hulk Hogan has in the professional wrestling business, why do you have him just come out to the entrance ramp? Hulk Hogan?
Bro.
Like think Qui-Gon. Can you imagine Stone Cold just coming out on the ramp, advertising something and leaving? Steve Austin?
Yeah.
The reason why a lot of people are in the wrestling business today, and for my generation, Qui-Gon, Hulk Hogan, is the reason why a lot of us are in the wrestling business.
Yeah.
You just come out and advertise and leave. That's not the kind of reception that he should have got. He should have got bigger star treatment, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Having him come out there, because let's set it all up, right? His music hits. He comes out there with the man behind him with the American flag. Like this happened randomly, by the way. It was random.
That's Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart comes out there. Jimmy Hart comes out there with the flag doing his shit. And he goes out there and he automatically goes to... He went to Netflix, this first time on Netflix, and automatically went to promoting his beer. And no one gave a fuck about that fucking beer, my nigga. And
right. It got lost in the sea of booze.
And then when he realized he was getting booed and no one gave a fuck, he did his shirt rip, which I don't know what he thought that fucking was gonna get. That even got a worse boo. And then he went and walked back with his... Okay, so this is what I'm gonna go to, right? Vince McMahon would be smart enough and more aware enough to understand how Vince McMahon, more aware, to understand and how Vince McMahon, not Vince McMahon, Hulk Hogan was looked at outside of the WWE, social media, just in life, and what's been going on, and his racist comments. And he would know. Vince would know all of that and put into all in one. So Triple H knew. Triple H knew all these things about Hulk Hogan and still said, go out there and go promote your beer in LA, which is the opposite of what he wants, what he supports a lot of, politically. And that's why I went wrong on him on top of that. So do I feel like Triple H could have did more, right? I think Vince is right. Do I think Vince is right? I think Vince looks like he's about to die. But does that make Vince wrong? No, that does not make Vince wrong. Actually, what he said, I think was correct. You could have. He could have did.
Let's play devil's advocate. Let's play devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
Now, when Hulk Hogan came out to WrestleMania, I don't remember what it was, but it was after all the racist stuff came out. He came out on the stage at WrestleMania, and he did not get booed like he got booed in LA. So, do you think it was wrong because it was LA, or do you think it was wrong just to bring Hogan out? Period.
No, it was. Okay. So let me set it up. So around the time when Netflix was coming out, social media was going in a frenzy. They was bringing back how much Hogan was bad. It was the reputation of Hogan crumbling within our eyes. Like, it was already going down a bad route when he said that racist shit. But around last year, it was going down bad. And it was Undertaker. Undertaker was bad mouthing him. The Sheik, I think he died. And he said, fuck Hulk Hogan. You know what he thought about him. And it was just a lot of videos and clips of people just coming out and saying he's an asshole. Seth Rollins came out. Everybody was coming out saying that man wasn't shit. So it was, and then the fans was like, all right, this nigga ain't shit. We right. So
yeah, CM Punk was not a fan of Hulk Hogan.
CM Punk wasn't a fan. Everybody was going against this man. So maybe he would have got booed no matter what. No matter what they did, maybe he would have got booed. But I'm going on Vincent saying this. I agree with the fact that it could have been better presentation. It could have been better as in showing him coming out there and it's the beer, Monica. The beer, and it's him coming out there ripping his shirt. It was trash. It was a trash segment to give him. Like, In hindsight, bringing Hulk Hogan out there. Oh, let me show some Hulk Hogan shit. I think Vince McMahon would have did bigger. I think he would have did bigger. If we're showing him for the first time, Netflix, we're going on Netflix. This is a bigger time in Raw. I think he would have showed. He would have maybe made a package. We didn't even get a package. Like a package.
His music just hit.
Yeah, it's music. So, even though Vince McMahon looks like he's about to die, that man, I think, would have did more. And that's all I'm saying with. He would have did more. Would he would have still got booed? Probably.
What could he have done though? Like I gave my take. But what could Triple H have done?
Like he could have. I'm just thinking what Vince would have did because he loved Hogan. He'd have probably played a package. Who knows? Vince would have probably came out there with him. Vince would have probably he would have probably you could let me see just playing a very sentimental package on what he did for the business. Maybe that would have made the crowd feel like, oh, just something. Cause look what they did when he died. Look what they did. They gave him the 10 bells, and that was it. They ain't give him nothing else.
I heard some personnel didn't go out there for the 10 bell salute.
I don't know. But probably somebody that disagree with him on his racist comments. But
yeah, I mean, if you don't mess with somebody in life, you shouldn't front and mess with them in death either.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I think that the legend and the actual who he was, Terry, is it's two different people. It's his artistry, and then it's a character, and then it's Terry, the real life person. So, I kind of disagree with that. If I don't mess with Terry.
Qui-Gon, please don't forget your point. All right, and sorry to cut you off, but when you reach that level of superstardom, there is no difference between Hulk Hogan and Terry Bollea. There's no difference between Ric Flair and Richard Flair. There is no difference.
And you can't separate. And for those people, and that's because you get so big, no one cares about that, but people like me, and people that think outside the box and understand, like, okay. This is his character, like Randy, his character, right? He's probably a shit human, right? When I mean shit human, I'm talking about like an 09 and 08, because he admitted it, and the wrestlers admitted it that he was a dickhead back then. But Randy on camera, that character though, whoo, that's one of his best characters he ever played.
Right, but he was as you say, a dickhead too as a character.
No, but it was loved. It was loved. It was cherished. We didn't know, but that's the thing. We know it's fake, right? But when it comes to you being Randall, I think that's his name, right? I think his name is Randall. When it comes to Randall, when it comes to Randall as a human, right? You're doing those things for real? Oh my God! So kind of like Jeff Hardy, right? I was thinking like, yeah, he's just weird and he does these things, but then as a real person, he was a drug addict. Like, and that made me feel like, oh my God. So that's the character Jeff Hardy. I love him, but the real part is like, oh my God, he's a drug addict. He had serious problems. So that's why I can separate. You gotta separate the two, because a person is trying to play a character, but that's me thinking outside the box and knowing. Like, I think people should know that, but certain people don't, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, there isn't much room for separation. Like, do you really think Stone Cold Steve Austin, if you met him in person, he wouldn't be Stone Cold? He would be Steve Williams. So it's almost like, do you remember the Dave Chappelle skit with Little John, where he's like, yeah, you like the whole conversation? Mm-hmm. You ever see that?
Yeah.
Do you really think Stone Cold is going to talk to you in real life with a totally different voice and no Stone Cold mannerisms? He might just, well, yeah, as a part of the professional wrestling business for several years until my neck got messed up. And, I had to shave my head and play this redneck character that I'm really not.
I would switch it.
No.
I would switch it.
So full well Stone Cold is going to be Stone Cold no matter what. Well, yeah, that son of a bee dropped me on my head, Owen Hart, and I can't come out and cut a promo on him because the son of a bee just died. He fell from the freaking he's going to talk to you like that.
But
that's really.
But also, you have people like Bret Hart. That's gonna he's gonna talk to you like, that's his actual name, Bret Hart.
Yes. Okay.
He's gonna talk to
Qui-Gon?
you like actually, the outside the character.
No, Qui-Gon. No. Bret Hart. Now, for you to pick Bret Hart of all people, when we're talking about separating the person from the character, that is probably the apex of wrestlers that live their gimmick. Bret Hart is Bret Hart all the time, working or shoot.
That really
is
him,
Bret
huh?
Hart.
That's really him.
That's
huh?
like he's one of the wrestlers that you look at and go, this dude is a real wrestler. He brings like the realness to the promos. He brings the realness to the in-ring work. So he would not be the person that you use
I
as an
probably should say
example.
somebody like The Rock nowadays.
I would say maybe even Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels, yeah, one of them people.
Yeah.
Triple H nowadays.
Crunching his eye. No, I'm playing.
Yeah. So yeah. Do you? So we both kind of agree. Like it would have got booed, but I mean, Vince would have did something bigger. Cause I just don't think that beer shit, my nigga. That was just a bad.
Like,
I don't think Vince would have okayed that beer shit.
No, he would not. No.
I don't think he would have, and that's a good point.
Like you basically brought Hulk Hogan out. Listen to this, Qui-Gon. You brought Hulk Hogan out on the premiere episode of Raw on Netflix to do a beer commercial.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan doing a commercial.
Have you ever tried the beer?
beer?
Have you ever tried the beer?
No. I'm not really a beer drinker, so no.
I want to try it just to spit it out. What if it's good though? What if I taste something like, oh my god, it's a real American beer.
You support what Hulk Hogan stands for when you do that.
Oh my god! All right, then that's the end of the video. All right, John Bapp, you already know the great expansion. John Bapp 426, QG, the only QG on YouTube, and we'll see you in another video, probably the next day, and the next day, and the next day,
and the day after that,
and the day after that.
What?
And the day after that.
What?
And the day after that.
What?
And another day.
What?
And another day.
What?
In a week.
What?
In a month.
What?
And a Bloody Mary.
Oh Lord.